And then let me get your name again.
Yasi.
Okay, so I'm here with Yasi, and she's protesting against genetically modified organisms. And Yasi, what brought you out here today?
I want genetically modified foods labeled so we can make a choice about what we're eating and what we're buying and all that lovely stuff. And because I don't like Monsanto and what they're doing, or DuPont or all the other people.
So what are GMOs? What should we be cautious about consuming them?
Well, there's different types of GMOs. Like, it's basically where they take the gene of something that's not what they're taking. Like, say they have a tomato, they take the gene of like a fish or a worm or something. They take the desired gene and they put it into like the tomato, and they do this by using bacteria or like gold or something that can go through the cell wall, because the cell wall is not easy to invade, because DNA obviously is not supposed to be altered, which is why this is unnatural and not natural. So like there's BT corn. Like BT corn has it produces its own pesticide, and so basically when we're eating it, we're eating a bunch of pesticide. Not only that, we're eating a bunch of crazy funky DNA. And there's like other types, like say like Roundup Ready soybeans. They like they're soybeans that can withstand like so much Roundup, and I think Roundup is called like glyco something, and that's like the scientific name. I totally said the scientific name right. But yeah, so they pour like that all over the soybean. It kills like every living thing around the soybean except for that soybean. So obviously when this goes into your body, like what is it gonna do to you, you know?
Mm-hmm. And what are some of the health consequences of consuming genetically modified foods?
We don't know, because we're not allowed to test it. Monsanto and all the other people have like patents on their seeds saying, hey, nobody can test these or use them again except for us. So how are we gonna have a study on it? Some people are like, come up to me and they're like, oh, well, where do you get this? Like, how do you know they're bad for you or whatever? Like, where's your study? Where's your science?
Some cases like with people consuming Taco Bell tortillas and having really bad allergic reactions later to find out those are genetically modified.
Oh yeah, it's probably because of the corn and all the pesticides. They're probably allergic to the pesticides in there in mass amounts.
So some of the consequences are known.
Yeah, the pesticide consequences are definitely known. Mm-hmm. I personally don't know about the consequences of the actual DNA that's being screwed with. Well, I don't think anyone really for sure knows, because we can't study it except for, I guess, the Monsanto people.
Well, it's just kind of easy to figure out that if they're putting pesticides and other organisms in our foods and we're consuming them over and over again, that the toxic buildup to our genetic code is going to be quite prevalent.
Yeah, they actually use certain oils like corn oil, as pesticides because they have so much concentration of pesticides in them.
And to someone who's never heard of GMOs before, is unaware of it, doesn't know what's going on, what would you say to that person so they can find out more about this disturbing trend that we're going through, to self-educate themselves and become a part of an organization or a movement that can rally against their usage?
Well, it's a pretty deep subject. Like, you can Google, I would probably just tell them to go and Google genetically engineered foods, Monsanto, patents, Monsanto practices, genetically engineered organisms. I don't know. Just Google that and you'll get so much information. You can probably do research on it for years and years.
And anything else you'd like to say to the people watching this?
Yeah, be careful for corn and soybeans and sugar beets and rice. And what's the other one?
Well, where can they find an alternative to GMOs?
Well, if you buy organic, supposedly, it's gonna not be GMO. So I guess that's your best bet. Try to buy those things organic.